Welcome back, everyone, to The Horror Returns. Appreciate you guys joining us here each and every week. I'm Lance, and with me, as always, my co-hosts Brian and Philip. How's it going, guys?
What's up?
Pretty good.
Yeah, good to see you guys, man. We've had some we've had some ups and downs with movies lately. Brian, it seems like there's not a lot of theatrical horror coming out the next couple of weeks, or we got a couple of special episodes on the docket coming up.
Yeah, I think heading into March, I think we're in the theater once, I think.
Okay, all right.
Hey, makes life easy for me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Fortunately, there's no lack of horror movies out there, right?
Yeah, it's like horror took back January and forgot about February and March.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
the movie we're going to review in the theater is technically not horror, it's more psychological thriller.
I can see that. Yeah. Well, that's cool. I'm looking forward to it, man. We'll see how it goes.
Oh.
Anyway, here we are back again. So if you're new to the show, welcome. We got a lot of new listeners. I've been checking out the numbers on the audio show and happy to say they keep rising. So thanks for supporting us, guys. It means the world to us. But if you do know the show, you know where we're headed. So we're going to a little place called Cool of the Week. What is the coolest thing you've checked out this week, Philip?
Let's see. I got a couple of them. Most of what I've been watching is Alone Australia. I got so sucked into it because I get real into Naked and Afraid, right? And that's what this is, except like with realistic, with clothes and gear and shit.
And a whole bunch of animals that can kill you.
Yeah. Although they were in Tasmania, so I don't even know if there were any real predators there except maybe some snakes. Like it was just a bunch of little. Actually, there wasn't a whole lot of animals out there except some birds, little wallabies and shit.
Really?
That's about it. Anyway, it's pretty interesting.
No Tasmanian devils.
Actually, I think they did show a little Tasmanian devil on there and a platypus. Yeah, but they couldn't mess with the platypus because they're endangered.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so they had they couldn't kill anything.
That makes sense.
They couldn't kill anything with their traps. They had to like trap it, make sure it wasn't an endangered species, and then kill it. So
that
makes life
sense.
a little more difficult.
That makes sense.
And then
harder to find something to eat.
Yeah. And then my horror related cool of the week, well, sort of horror related, I guess horror sci-fi, was Elevation with Anthony Mackie.
Okay.
Yeah, I had no idea about this one. I was just watching something else on whatever streaming service it's on. I think was it Peacock or Paramount or some shit?
I want to say Max.
Max. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, because my wife is watching Sopranos. Thank
there you go.
Way better than Gossip Girl.
Favorite show
of all
shit.
Time. Or Grey's Anatomy. I've never seen it, Brian.
Sopranos?
Never seen Sopranos. Never.
Great.
Never.
I can quote lines from that show.
Yeah. Steve Buscemi's showing up right now. I was like, I forgot he was
in
this.
That's all I need to hear.
Okay. That's a good seasons. He directed some of those episodes.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I watched Elevation, and it's like it's sort of like A Quiet Place, except instead of using sound or whatever, these creatures just can't go above 8,000 feet. So now the only people left on the planet are like on mountaintops and shit.
That makes a lot of sense. Seems like that'd be Yeah, no shit. Well, easy to survive, right?
Except Anthony Mackie's son has a breathing condition. And so if he doesn't have these oxygen filters or some whatever MacGuffin that is that he's looking for, then he's going to die. So he has to go down below the elevation and face the monsters to get to the hospital to get the MacGuffin and come back, right?
Yes. Gotcha.
And it was all right, man. It was actually a little bit cheesy, but I mean, worth watching. But I definitely wasn't super impressed with it. it was a little B movie-ish.
That's all
Everybody's
right,
a little
man.
over the top
was,
and all over the place.
it was
Didn't-
cool-ish of the week, right?
Didn't
Yeah.
have that MCU budget, did it?
No, it definitely did not. I mean, it was a cool world idea though, and I kind of liked where it went, except at the end they just
Okay.
wrap everything up so fast.
Yeah, I hate it when they do that.
Yeah.
Like they
It's
ran
like-
out of time, right?
Oh, now the world is saved. I'm like, wait.
Mhm.
All right. And it all happens within a span of like 3 minutes.
Kind of like War of the Worlds, huh? Oh, we
Yeah.
just happen to have a virus that we were immune to and they weren't.
Yeah. But that's what I got this week.
Elevation.
Mm.
All right, Brian.
I don't have anything horror, but I did watch one new movie, new action comedy called what was it called? Love Hurts with Ki Hu Kwan.
Oh, yes, I want to see this one.
I don't know what that is.
The premise is Ki Hu Kwan is he's a real estate guy, realtor, and all of a sudden he has all these hitmen showing up to take him out. And come to find out, he used to be a hitman, and he was sent to take out somebody, and he didn't. He let them go, and then he kind of disappeared to restart his own life, and his old life is
Gotcha.
coming back to get him, because they want to know where this person is that he let go, and why he let them go. And it's made by the people that did the studio that did the John Wick movies.
I was just
Oh,
about to
okay.
ask you if did it have kind of like shades of Nobody a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
A little bit, but I felt like some of the comedy kind of ruined it for me.
Oh no.
And it
Wow.
I kind of wanted it to have that kind of fast-paced action style, but they kind of had these little lull moments to do like character building and why he wanted to leave the life behind to have this new life. And I was just got to the point where like I understand, let's stop having these moments, let's get to the action.
Sure.
But I will say the
sure.
standout person in it is Marshawn Lynch is one of the hitmen.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah, he was
like
very
Marshawn Lynch?
yeah.
Oh, cool.
He's even credited as Marshawn Beast Mode Lynch. And
He
I would have to
was-
say he's really fucking natural in this movie, like with
Yeah.
his line delivery and some of the action stuff he was doing. He was kind of a standout character in it.
Yeah,
He
he may
was
have a
in-
future.
He was in some TV show I was watching where they have like all these actors show up and then they'll have like a special guest guy that has no idea about the script or whatever. And he's just sort of
Mhm.
trying to go with it. And Marshawn Lynch was the guy that was there that was just trying to go with it and everybody else is acting. And
Sure.
he did surprisingly well.
Yeah,
There you go. That was
I would definitely like to see him in more stuff. I was watching it with the wife, and I was just kind of like, he seems really natural. Like I don't feel like he's
Yeah.
reading lines, and he was hitting the comedy marks, and then he was getting involved in the action.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, so he was
Huh.
a highlight. Ki Hu Kwan, I just like seeing hearing his story on how he almost disappeared from acting completely before everything everywhere all at once, and just
Right.
kind of
Oh,
made
that
his
guy,
comeback.
okay.
Yeah,
short
Data
round.
from
Short
the
round.
Goonies.
Yeah.
Yeah, short round. He was good in it. He has some good action sequences. I think he was also the fight choreographer because that's what he was doing when he wasn't acting. He was doing a lot of fight choreography.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
cool.
think for like the Matrix and X-Men and
Wow.
stuff like that. So
Yeah, I think I knew that. That's cool.
I think
so
yeah, well, I think you've talked about that before, Brian.
yeah, it's not a bad movie. It's just a little disappointing because I seen the trailer and the trailer got me. I was like,
Yes.
oh, I'm definitely checking this out. So, but out of the studio that makes John Wick's, this is on the lower end.
Okay.
Cool fight scenes?
Yeah, there were some cool fight scenes.
Alright.
Just
So,
wish there was a little
Marshawn-
bit more cool fight scenes.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lynch might be the next John Cena, huh? Break out into acting.
Hey, put them in a movie together as like a buddy cop movie.
You heard it here first, folks.
I bet you Marshawn Lynch is a better actor than John Cena.
Which, Wrestling Returns will be back. There is a PLE, I think that's what they're calling. Me and Nez still call them pay-per-views, but that's not what they're called anymore.
Right.
So there will be an episode next week. We're
Cool.
kind of haven't had the time to do any of our other shows, but wrestling will be back next week.
Yeah, I've had a few people ask about it, like when we had another Wrestling Return show coming out. So there's an audience out there for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm sure everybody's looking forward to it, man.
And another show I haven't done in a while. I'm working on bringing it back with a special new host. I'll just leave it there till it releases.
Okay.
It's a show I haven't done in a while.
Does it have anything to do with the Amityville Horror?
It might have to do with that. I found someone brave enough to take the journey with me.
Okay.
How many of these movies can there be?
Oh, I got a list. It's gonna be the spin-off show is gonna have a lot of episodes.
Oh man, I've been quivering with anticipation. Let me tell you,
And
especially the Amityville Karen.
it's on the list along with Amityville Toilet and Amityville
Come on.
Is that a real one?
Thanksgiving. I think so.
Oy.
Amityville in Space.
No.
Amityville Toilet. You're just naming things. Amityville Lamp.
And you know what, Phil? That's probably a movie.
I don't know why we're yelling.
But that's all I got is Love Hurts.
All right. My cool of the week is when I'm late to the party on, even though I think, Brian, I had you convinced we were going to talk about it a couple of weeks ago, but finally got around to seeing Companion.
Okay.
I do wish they hadn't spoiled what it was. I kind of wish the trailer, I wish I hadn't seen that second trailer. Like you were saying, Brian, it doesn't matter that much because they announced that pretty early in the movie.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's like 2 or 3 more good twists after that you kind of may or may not see coming. But I
It's
don't know,
also,
man.
you can kind of tell from the cover of the movie. You know what I mean? Because
That
I
is
had the
true.
same
Yeah,
feeling
that
when I
is
started
true.
watching it too.
Yeah, it's very obviously very Black Mirror-ish. It's kind of interesting the way that it's like a lot of super modern lingo, like things people are saying now and the way people are acting now. Not too advanced with the cell phones and all, but yet you've got these fully functional androids. You have to suspend disbelief a little bit. At least they had like a totally self-driving car that could actually lock you in it, and you had to break the windows to get out of it. That was interesting, but I loved it. I especially liked the one twist with the other character that I didn't see coming. So. And I always love Harvey Gillen from What We Do in the Shadows. Like everything he does, he's just fucking hilarious. And so I was happy with the
Jack
cast.
Quaid had to be one of the dumbest characters.
It was funny watching him get so frustrated, dude.
Oh,
He was fucking
Okay,
hilarious.
Anybody listening who hasn't seen the spoilers, skip ahead like 5 seconds. Why would you put an upgrade like that?
That's a good
Well,
question.
Because
they
it wasn't.
wanted
It
to get rid
wasn't.
of the dude to get his money.
No, he put the upgrade in her to
Right.
able to do that stuff, and before she wasn't able to do that.
Right?
I don't understand what the motivation was.
Not everything made sense, dude. But it
Yeah,
was fun.
it got a little
If you-
silly towards the end. Although if you buy a robot that looks like Megan Fox, what exactly do you think is going to happen? Like that was a big fucking surprise.
True. Yeah, I kind of enjoy these movies though. This is kind of a neat little subgenre here, and then we got Mithrigan 2.0 coming out, so that should be interesting. But
Oh yeah.
it was fun. I liked it. I don't think it's going to make my top 10 list at the end of the year or anything like that, but definitely a fun movie. Glad I watched it. Glad I watched
Ooh,
it. So
after that conversation, I'm really uncomfortable with little girl robots. That seems weird now.
well, let's move on. Or you
Yeah.
could have had. Well, let's not go there.
Look at that
could have
C list coming out.
They still have that Mithrigan spinoff movie. I think Soulmate.
Is that still coming out?
Yeah.
Oh,
Erotic
shit.
horror thriller.
Well, there
Or
you go.
whatever
We
they're
got a whole
calling it.
got a whole universe. I just don't want to see Neverland Ranch the movie,
Yeah.
because that would be a whole different. All right, moving on.
Come on, Bubba. We gonna have a good time. Speaking of monkeys.
All right, Brian, you got us any horror headlines this week.
The first thing, I wasn't going to post it because it became news and then it became not news. First, it was announced that Stephen King was writing Mike Flanagan's The Dark Tower series. And then in the same day, Stephen King said, no, I'm not writing Mike Flanagan's Dark Tower series. So.
Right.
I think I'd rather Mike Flanagan write Mike Flanagan's Dark Tower series.
Hey, let's just do it. Just come out with the damn thing, right?
And I got to find his name real quick because kind of piggybacking off Mike Flanagan news right there. Because have you guys heard that he's doing a Clayface movie for DC? Mike Flanagan.
No.
He's writing one. And they announced the director. It's going to be James Watkins, who did the new, what was it? See No Evil? Not See No Evil. What's the one with
Speak No Evil?
Speak No Evil. Yeah.
Oh, okay. The American remake. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's cool. You know, I enjoyed it. So, you know, him and Flanagan, you can't go wrong, right?
Yeah. And from what I understand, this is an Elseworld story. It's not connected to the other DC stuff. So
DC should probably stick with Elseworld stuff.
I kind of, you know what, Lance, I think I agree with you because that'd be something different than what Marvel's doing. Marvel's doing a connected universe.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I'm kind of sick of the connected universe. I'd rather them not be connected anymore. Like,
ran at its welcome, huh? Yeah, I hear you.
Like, they keep spinning their wheels so hard on finding ways to connect everything and put them all together instead of just making a decent movie.
All right, let's see. What other TV news? More Cape Fear news. This week they cast Patrick Wilson. Joins Amy Adams and Javier Bardem.
Okay. Great cast.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hell of a Summer. The Finn Wolfhard directed, written, and starring summer slasher. Gets a new release date of April 4th.
A little early for summer, but okay.
I think it was a little later in the summer.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's strange timing, but okay.
But I mean, I think Neon's kind of knocking it out the park, and that's who's putting it out.
That's true.
Yeah. Give us something else to go to the theater for, right?
Yeah. Probably should have led with this, but we had some deaths in the past couple days.
Yeah, unfortunately.
First, we had Buffy the Vampire Slayer star Michelle Trachtenberg. Passed away at age 39.
Super cute. Had a huge crush on her.
Yeah. Roberto Orci, writer and producer for like Star Trek and other things like that, passed away.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that one.
And sadly, I believe this happened last night. Gene Hackman and his wife were found dead in their home.
And their dog.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's probably carbon monoxide.
Yeah, that's what I was
or gas leak or something. That's well, same thing, right?
Yeah.
similar.
So rest in peace to them. I didn't realize Gene Hackman was that old, 95.
Hey,
Yeah, I was
that's
gonna say,
impressive, man.
my
Impressive.
wife was like, "Hey, Gene Hackman died." I was like, "He's alive?"
Yeah, right. So they'll say whenever Captain Kirk finally fights it, huh?
Yeah, that's
Holy
true.
shit, I
He's
thought they
90
got
something,
that
isn't he?
20 years ago. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Sorry guys, I'm really searching for news here. I know there was something else. Oh, R.L. Stein's released the release date for Fear Street Prom Nights will be on Netflix May 23rd.
Okay.
All right. I'll probably watch it. I'm not super interested in it, like just right now, but I'm sure I'll watch it.
Your daughter will have you watching it with her, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Now he clarified, Goosebumps is for kids. Okay. Fear Street kills kids.
Okay.
Again, Philip's daughter will definitely want to watch it.
I mean, she's doing Art the Clown fan art.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
I don't think there is. I talked about that movie JWoww from the Jersey Shore did. Devin, the little found footage.
Yes.
She's doing another movie called Nanny Cam, which kind of looks like it's going to be another found footage.
Okay.
All right. Hey, work her way up.
Sequel to Dash Cam or what?
Yeah, I like Dash Cam.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Nanny Cam sounds like it could be a cool movie.
Yeah, I mean, Devin wasn't bad. It's just I'm not really into the ghost hunter. You get a group of people to go in abandoned asylums, but it did what it was supposed to do, and it got picked up by Screambox. So she's doing something right.
Yeah,
fair enough.
And I think that's it. Checking.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
On that note, okay. And that note, it's time to take a little trip down to the trailer park. Brian is going to bring us the big, the small, and sometimes the very, very weird. What's our first new trailer tonight, Brian?
Well, let's start with weird. The Surfer, starring Nicolas Cage.
Okay. Cage Rage is back.
What to expect from that thing?
I was going to read the synopsis, but the synopsis is basically he goes back to a beach that he used to surf at, that he grew up at, and is not welcomed by the locals, which I've always heard.
Right?
Don't mess with the locals in surf spots.
Yeah.
And he has his son with him that he wanted to share this moment with. And as the trailer progresses, it looks like other things happen other than not being able to surf at this
Looks
beach.
That way. Definitely a few callbacks to some Mandy moments there, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's okay. So in my brain, here's what happens in the movie, right?
Okay.
All the trailer stuff, people are mean to him, and it just builds up, and they keep being assholes until he finally loses his shit and murders everybody.
That's what
I hope that's how it goes. But I don't know.
Are we going to find out that this is all in his head and he's just murdering people for no reason? He could have actually surfed this place the whole time.
There are some kind of trippy looking scenes in there, and like
right.
It also is really weird how mean these people are being to him, just from what I'm gathering. So
right. Hey, mate, get off our bloody beach.
But it looks like prime Nick Cage acting, and I feel another Cage Rage episode happening, because that scene where they take his board and they hang it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, yeah, that pissed you off, wouldn't it, Philip?
You feel the Nick Cage coming out when he's like, "My dad gave me that board." I was like, "It's happening."
That little tagline that said something along the lines of Nick Cage fans are gonna love this movie or something like that. Whatever it was that it said. I was like, oh, okay, all right. Sold. That was good.
So I'm assuming we're all in on this one.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
This one.
And Bede will be here with us, I'm sure.
Yeah. This one hits, I think, theaters. I think this might be getting a limited theater release.
Okay.
May 2nd.
Got a lot of good stuff coming up. Once we get through March, I think we get it made, huh?
Sounds like. April is going to start the floodgates.
Nice.
Next one is a movie I've been hearing for a while. I think it's based off a book that I think came out not too long ago and already got a movie adaptation as Clown in a Cornfield.
Oh. I got to say, when I saw this trailer, that came from a book is not something that crossed my mind.
No shit. Aptly titled movie, that's for sure.
Yeah.
From the director,
they're not hiding anything.
From the director of Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Wow.
That gives me hope. I mean, Tucker and Dale is awesome. I love that movie. This one didn't really give me those vibes, though.
Looks like it's going to be pretty violent.
Yeah.
Well, could this also be mistaken identity, though, right? Were the clowns actually trying to help them the whole time? Didn't look that way, did it?
No, because
he shot that one in the head with an arrow. So
trailer clearly says "Don't trust Friendo," which is the clown.
Okay. Yeah, Friendo the clown.
Yeah, well, there you go.
You didn't
At least
like
he's got an original name.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looks fun. I love killer clowns, man.
I think this one comes out a week after The Surfer, May 9th.
All right.
In theaters.
In theaters. Sorry, guys. I am not prepared today.
It's all right, man. We got Friendo's behind you over there, Brian. You see him? He's sneaking up behind you.
I'm not looking. If he's back there, he's just gonna have to take me out. All right.
Make our own horror movie.
Our final trailer actually is just a teaser from the directors of Talk to Me, the Philippou brothers. Their new movie is Bring Her Back, which looks like they're getting into like ritualistic witch stuff this time. What'd you guys think of Bring Her Back?
Maybe. It was kind of hard to tell what's going on. This was more of a teaser than a trailer.
Yeah.
But that little, I wasn't super duper interested until it said Bring Her Back, and I'm like, oh, we're going this route. And then it did look like some sort of witchcrafty thing happening there.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this looks creepy and cool. I like it.
What you think, Lance?
Yeah, maybe little sprinklings of like Pet Sematary or what was that one they did a couple of years ago, Behind the Door or something like that, where you could bring people back if you go behind a door in this one community or whatever. I mean, it's been done a few times. I definitely have faith in these filmmakers. You know, the first one was awesome, so if they keep it up, it should be fun. But Philip's right, you really can't tell what the fuck's going on from the trailer. It's definitely a teaser.
Yeah, the synopsis says a brother and sister uncover a terrifying ritual at a secluded home in their new foster mother. So this is brother and sister's foster mother doing these rituals.
I like that. That'll be cool.
Long as it's not directed by M. Night, because I've given up on that motherfucker after Trap.
Oh, you'll watch the next one and the next one after that.
See, and I feel like I probably gave Trap a better review than it deserved because it was not a great movie.
This also comes out in May 30th.
Oh man, we're gonna be loaded.
But it is said expected in May, so that could change.
That's weird. Expected. Strange qualifier he stuck on there.
Yeah, it's probably, since we only got a teaser, it might not even be finished.
That would make sense.
And I know these guys like to take their time because they were supposed to do the new Street Fighter movie.
Really?
Yeah, but they dropped out because of scheduling. And I read they like to take their time making their movies. They don't want to rush anything.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Get the production studio out of it and let the artist do art. All right. I guess we're on to listener feedback.
Yep.
This week we shine the podcast spotlight on Scary Fairies podcast. The Scary Fairies, an enchanting trio of long-lost fairy companions, gather each week beneath the ethereal glow of their glistening wings to convene upon the subject of a chosen horror picture. Should the film prove lackluster,
SAT words right there.
I'm telling you, should the film prove lackluster, they indulge in merry ridicule. Yet, if it reveals itself to be a masterpiece, they delight in turning their laughter inward with mirth as sharp as their teeth. Ah.
And when not recording the podcast, they all work at the Renaissance Festival. Let me guess.
Yeah, that tracks. All right, and Brian posted a poll. What's the best movie adaptation of a Stephen King book? So far, The Mist is leading with 20%. Ricardo Highlander says Carrie. Jennifer Payne says the absolute closest I have seen is The Green Mile, one of my favorite films. But it isn't listed here, so I voted for The Dead Zone. Another good one.
Yeah, I tried to keep it more horror.
Yeah. David Barta says I had to vote for The Dead Zone until I get a chance to see The Monkey. And Don Capria says technically Monkey does not qualify since it wasn't a full book. Gives the director more of the film, more room to play with the film. Matt Wood says easily The Shining, a Kubrickian masterpiece.
Isn't that known as the worst adaptation?
Controversial, but still a great movie.
Yeah.
Chris Martin says Shawshank Redemption is the best adaptation, followed by The Green Mile and Pet Sematary. Wow, Green Mile straight to Pet Sematary, huh? B. Germain says, hey gang, I hope you all check out this special bonus episode of mine and my friend Stephen T. Boltz's podcast together. Bede and Steve versus Camp Crystal Lake, where we explore the entire Friday the 13th franchise across all media. It's now online at all podcast streaming platforms everywhere via Bede versus the Living Dead Network podcast feed. Check him out.
There you go.
In case you haven't yet. Although if anybody's listening to us, they probably know who Bede is.
Yeah.
In regards to Michelle Trachtenberg, Trey King says, sorry for your loss. The only movies I ever saw with her in it was Inspector Gadget. Oh, forgot about that one.
Oh, gosh.
Eurotrip. Great movie.
Funny.
Great. Yeah.
Scotty doesn't know.
Yeah. Black Christmas. Not that one.
Okay.
The first remake. The
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Not the. Yeah.
17 again. And she was good in all those movies. Anyway, she will be missed. R.I.P. Michelle.
See, my older kids go back to Harriet the Spy. That's how far they go back.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
yeah. Wow.
okay. Let's see. In regards to The Monkey, Don Lowry says, I just hate that they give away so much in the previews. It makes me worried. I've already seen most of it before actually watching it. But as mentioned, amazing poster art. You guys think they gave away too much in the previews?
No.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
mean,
so.
we'll get to it, but
I don't even really remember watching the previews for this one. All right. In regards to the number 23. All right. Todd Haig says, one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and I watch a lot of movies.
Uh-oh. Is that the Jim Carrey one?
yeah, I have not seen that since it came out.
Yeesh.
I haven't either. I don't remember hating it.
I do.
I don't remember the movie, but
well, there you go.
Yeah. Let's see. Friday the 13th, David Barta says, first time seeing for me. Yeah.
What?
Congratulations. Check out the original.
Well, maybe he needs to pick one of those as one of his movies.
Yeah.
When he comes on with us.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. In regards to Bride of Reanimate, we haven't done any Friday the 13th movies, have we?
We did the first one, didn't we?
We did first, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
All right, David.
Wow. All right. That just clicked. All right. In regards to Bride of Reanimator, Mark Komarzinski says, worthy successor to the original, although it can't top the original. I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's a fun one. They bring everybody back except Barbara Crampton. She gets recast.
Okay. Well, we haven't covered that one, David Barta.
In regards to the Monkey's Paw, David Barta says, just finished watching this, and my phone is spying on me.
Yes, we are.
Correction, we're spying on you. All right. Our show intro and logos come from Steve from the Geeks. Our original skull artwork comes from Natsulani. And if you'd like to help us out, please consider becoming a Patreon patron. We'll let you pick the movies for a future show at any amount, and for $5 or more a month, also pick a commentary for a future bonus show. All right, on to featured attractions. This week it's back to the theater for The Monkey, as well as 2013's The Monkey's Paw. But you guys already know that because you clicked on the show. The Monkey's Paw from 2013. Jake is given a monkey's paw that grants 3 wishes. After the first 2 wishes leave his friend Cobb undead. Cobb pushes Jake to make the final wish. Okay. Director is Brett Simmons, also known for You Might Be the Killer and Kiki Palmer Animal.
Did that for you, Brian.
I hate her so much. The wife wants to watch her new movie, and I just finding so many excuses to get out of it.
What's her new movie?
It looks, I forgot what it's called, but it looks like basically the plot to Friday After Next. Where they got they lose their rent, and they got to come up with some way to get their rent.
Yep.
But it's
I was
Friday
like,
After Next, but with girls.
Yeah, I was like, let's just watch Friday After Next.
Let's see. Writer is Macon Blair, also known for the upcoming Toxic Avenger.
If it ever comes out.
Yeah.
Oh,
with a name like
August
Macon,
release date.
This makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, Toxic Avengers August?
Yeah, August, full theatrical run, and they're saying it's going to be unedited.
Nice.
Okay. That'll be fun. The actor who plays Gillespie, is that how you can pronounce that? Father in the opening scene, Jason Stanley, is a highly regarded Jason Statham impersonator.
Huh.
I know how highly regarded you can be as a Jason Statham impersonator, but that's cool. All right, Lance, you want to start us off with The Monkey's Paw?
Oh man! All right. So first of all, I'm a huge sucker for anything set in New Orleans.
Yeah,
So
there was quite a few gambits talking in this movie.
Yeah, no kidding. There was straight up Cajun.
Very, very, very much so. And obviously there were a lot of scenes that were filmed in areas that I'm very familiar with. You know, having gone on a lot of trips to the Big Easy. So let's get that out of the way first. I'm a huge fan of that.
Was in the graveyard looking for some crawfish and pick up this monkey paw.
I'll definitely say that Stephen Lang knocked it out of the park. That dude's good in anything he's been in, but I think his character in this I enjoyed even more than the blind dude that like used the turkey baster to inseminate the woman. What movie am I talking about?
Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe. Yeah. I think this even surpassed that. He was so fucking over the top. And when he came back from the dead, he was even more over the top. So that made it even better. But frankly, the story was a little bit silly. I mean, yeah, it's based on like a classic short story, right? Like The Monkey's Paw, be careful what you wish for. We all know what's going to happen. There's nothing fucking original in this at all. Everybody knows that it's going to lead to bad ends no matter what you wish for. And there's always going to be something. But I thought Lang's character added a nice little side story to it that you didn't get in any of the original, multiple remakes of this story that I've seen in different, be it Wishmaster or whatever, right? You see this over and over and over and over and over again, but I kind of had fun. I really did. I kind of enjoyed the movie. I like the fact that it was kind of a B level movie. You had the blue collar working class folks, and the beer drinking buddies hanging out in Louisiana, and yeah, it worked for me. It shouldn't have. It should have been incredibly stupid, and I should have hated it, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. So. I gotta say, I didn't hate it. I definitely liked it more than I didn't like it. At the end of the day,
may need subtitles. All right, Brian, what do you think?
What you talking about now, Jeff?
Yeah, his one friend, the black guy, you definitely needed subtitles for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I looked him up. That guy is not.
What was
Cajun.
his name? He had the weirdest
Catfish.
name, right? Catfish.
There was a couple times he started talking, and I was like, "What did he just say?"
Yeah, I'm grabbing the remote, trying to turn on subtitles.
Yeah.
This is a pretty middle of the road. Like you said, Lance, you kind of seen this story before. It's nothing bad, but nothing too special. I think the real reason to watch the movie is Stephen Lang, because you put him as the villain, bad guy, whatever. Mm-hmm. I think he knocks it out the park every time, whether he's taking it serious or he's hamming it up. Because everybody in this movie, other than my boy Catfish, everybody's kind of bland and boring. I don't
kind of milquetoast.
I couldn't even remember I don't even know the main guy's name.
I couldn't either. I couldn't tell a couple of the characters from each other. It was that bad.
Yeah.
And that really hurts the movie, because if I can't remember the main basically hero of the movie's name, then I don't care if he makes it through or not. I didn't care about his girlfriend, who wasn't his girlfriend.
Yes.
I didn't care about his brother and sister. They throw in the mom having cancer.
Oh yeah, had to do that.
Just throwing in more characters, and I was just like, let's get more Stephen Lang in here.
Yeah, for sure. You could have just left camera on him for the whole movie.
Yeah, agreed. I can't believe he hasn't gotten his own, TV series, or has he? Has he ever been in a recurring role in a TV series? Because he'd be great.
I think
he was in post-apocalyptic.
Badlands on AMC, wasn't he in that one?
I never saw that one. Into the Badlands, or
yeah, that one.
I started watching that and never finished it.
Yeah,
it was pretty good though. From what I was watching,
I think he at least was in season 1, but he's played the villain in Avatar. We brought up Don't Breathe.
Yeah. Sure.
He was I can't think of his name in Tombstone.
He gets around, man.
Looked like he needed to take a bath like every second he was on screen. Ike.
Right.
Stephen Lang is really good at looking dirty.
Or maybe he's just really good at showing up on set dirty.
But I thought if you would have just have him do what he was doing, because he was great, and then switch the main guy with Catfish and have Catfish as the main guy.
There you go.
I would have been 100% all on board of this movie.
That'd have been the running joke.
What? We're gonna go down, get one down, just sit down, have some coffee. And I tell him Catfish, and I was get a lot of hot sauce on that now,
But it was
like the guy from the Water Boy.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
The guy with the nipple rings.
Yeah.
But it was good to go back and watch, because Macon Blair, he's been in a lot of great movies, and he's written a lot of great stuff. So it's kind of good to see where he kind of started from.
Makes sense, yeah.
But if you didn't want to watch this movie, I wouldn't blame you, because you're not really missing nothing, because there's just nothing too special. Because the deaths weren't even really nothing about. And
was this like a made-for-TV movie or something? Because
It
They
said
didn't really show
it said
any.
Chiller Films, because remember
Okay.
Chiller used to have their channel on cable.
That's right. That's right.
Oh.
Even the Head in the Vice thing was kind of the camera cut away right at the
Yeah,
front.
which pissed me off because they stuck with it as
Right.
if you were going to see something, and then it just
I know.
it cut quickly.
Plus, how cool could you, like, it doesn't even have to look real. Just put a fake head in there and have it explode.
Yeah, have the eyeballs pop out.
Yeah.
Put
something.
a pumpkin in there, paint a face on it.
Head crushing scenes are fantastic. I still have burned in my brain from one of those James Bond movies where that guy's head explodes.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like from when I was a little kid and I watched
Yeah.
that, and it was like, oh my God, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Of course, Scanners always
Yeah,
sticks out.
Scanners is a
Sure.
classic.
But yeah, that really irritated me because, like I said, the kills were nothing special. I mean, he
Sure.
strangles a couple people to death,
Right.
and I think
Oldest
one of them
trick in
was
the
like
book.
one of them was like from behind, so you're not really seeing him strangle anybody.
And he could have gotten laid by that really hot chick, but he killed her instead. Like,
Yeah,
the
what
fuck?
was I might have blacked out for a second. What was his motivation for wanting him to do his final wish?
I don't know, man.
So he wanted to spend time with his son, and he wanted his son to love him. Is
That's
what he was
right.
saying.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
he
right.
wanted that to be the guy's final
Yeah,
wish?
yeah.
Oh.
He
Yeah.
wanted to make his son love him. I want my son back, and nothing
Right.
made any sense. It's like
He got-
obviously you weren't an awesome dad while you were alive,
He got to
and
see,
now that you're a
see
fucking
him once a
zombie.
year.
I just wanted
Right,
to take
as-
my son fishing.
Hold
Yeah.
on,
Like,
hold
well,
on,
maybe
hold on.
not kill people in front of him and beat them all.
I just realized something, Philip. Brian is the ultimate at putting these films together because I just realized he only saw his son once a year. And then the next- Ah!
Yeah,
Okay,
there are connections. We'll get to
there
that.
you
though.
go.
Oh, there's
But, yeah.
definitely some connections. This is a good one.
But not a horrible watch. I'm not mad I watched it, but it's nothing too special.
Sure.
Yeah, nothing too special enough that when I watched it, I was a little bit tired, and boy, it put me the fuck out.
I agree with you, Phil, because this took me 2 nights to watch it.
Yeah, I had to watch it again, and I was like, well, I don't know how much I missed. I mean, it was cool watching Stephen Lang do his thing, but
Right.
he was obviously the highlight of this movie. And there's not a whole lot of other redeeming qualities.
The rest of the movie was kind of like taking a benzo, huh?
I did like that they really stuck with that Cajun accent in there for everybody.
They did.
That was
They
fun.
They played it up.
I'm telling you, put Catfish in that main role.
Yeah.
You're sticking with that character
Yeah,
for the
true,
whole movie.
True.
He's a good looking kid too, man. He could have totally pulled that off.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen
it-
him in anything else, but
I looked him up to see if he was really Cajun or from New Orleans. Not from
Mhm.
New Orleans.
Brooklyn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he has a background. He's from like Disney Channel.
oh, all right.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Probably a Florida guy, huh?
No, I want to say
I'm gonna go character actor in this guy. I'm playing it.
Yeah.
Just please don't. Just a little. You don't even have to do an accent.
his name is
No,
his
I'm
name
doing
is
it.
Corbin Blue, and he's from Brooklyn, New York.
Corbin Blue.
I
That's
said
not a
Brooklyn.
fucking name.
I
Get out
swear
of
to
here.
God, I did say Brooklyn, didn't I, Brian?
It's a fake name if I've ever heard one. But
Kinda
yeah,
Kind of like Texas Battle, huh?
yeah.
That's an amazing name.
Had a history teacher named Tex. She was a
Yeah.
middle-aged lesbian with a mullet.
Ah, sounds cool.
Pretty great teacher.
That's one of my teachers.
But yeah, no, it was all right. I didn't hate it. I
Yeah.
mean, there was some redeeming qualities, but I'm not excited to watch it again. There wasn't enough stuff happening, man. It was hard to keep my attention. All right. Scores, Lance. What do you think?
I liked it better than I did, and I'll leave a jump and give it a 6. I'll give it a 6 because of Stephen Lang's performance. I would have given it 5.5 if Lang hadn't ratcheted it up just over the top enough. And yes, Catfish. So yeah, 6 on 10.
And Catfish was only in a couple scenes.
He only had
They were in important scenes though.
Yeah.
He had to give some words of wisdom, whatever they were. We didn't know what he was saying. And he gave him the gun, and he gave him a ride.
Yeah,
that's right.
True friend.
Remember, I told you now.
It's on me.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, I think 6 is fair. Of course, I spoke about it enough. My favorite characters were Stephen Lang and Catfish. Catfish is the MVP of this movie. But other than those 2 reasons, you don't need to watch it. It's nothing you haven't seen before. They don't even really go into the mythos of the monkey's paw. It's just kind of there and tells you have to make wishes, and only this person can make wishes until he's done. And that's all you get about the monkey's paw.
Yeah. And you pass it on.
So if you're coming into this thinking you're going to learn the mythology about the monkey's paw, this wrong movie.
It's also not even a great looking monkey's paw. Like, I feel like they could have done. Oh, that's it.
Well, they barely show it. He pulls it out a couple times to make a couple wishes, then he throws it away, and then it's gone for the rest of the movie.
Rats eating on it and shit.
So, but I'm in agreement with Lance. I liked it more than I didn't like it, so I think 6 is fair.
I'm gonna go 4.5.
There you go. Yeah. Probably a more realistic score.
I think I'm gonna start being more realistic on my movies. I always give them the benefit of the doubt, but this one was a little bit of a stinker. Like a mid-range stinker, you know, like that. Like that fart in the aisle at the grocery store when you crop dust an old lady who's coming down there. It's bad, but it's kind of funny. All right, that was a weird description. I don't know where that came from.
But strangely, I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah. All right, on to the new one, The Monkey, from 2025. When twin brothers Bill and Hal find their father's old monkey toy in the attic, a series of gruesome deaths start. The siblings decide to throw the toy away and move on with their lives, growing apart over the years. All right. I don't know how good of a description that is, but that's okay.
Sure.
Director and writer is Osgood Perkins, also known for Longlegs. According to the director, the decision to have the monkey bang a drum instead of cymbals was due to the rights to the cymbal banging version being owned by the Walt Disney Company, as the toy had appeared as a character in Toy Story 3. Which is ironic because the cymbal monkey was in Toy Story 3 in the first place because its director, Lee Unkrich, is a fan of Stephen King.
Okay.
I like the decision. I think the cymbals would have been distracting.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I like the drums. The cymbal banging monkey was a real thing though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought that was a real toy.
Have one. I think I had one when I was growing up.
But there wasn't a real one that banged drums, right? Like this thing is not real?
Not that I know of.
Because their Neon's already selling merch for it. They got little vinyl figures.
I'm sure.
Oh, that's cool. I hope the drumstick spins. I want like a life-size one. All right. Lance, what'd you think about The Monkey?
Oh, man, you guys know I love this director. Like, the 3 or 4 movies that he's directed, I've enjoyed all of them. But what I like about Osgood, especially the earlier stuff that he did, you know,
what was like the earlier
what's
stuff?
It called? I am the pretty one that lives in the house or whatever.
Oh,
super slow burn, right?
I don't know that I ever watched that one.
I like it, man.
The Black Coat's Daughter.
That was a good one.
The one Lance brought up, I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House. Gretel and Hansel we reviewed.
Okay, that's
and
right.
Longlegs.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think we all enjoyed Longlegs, right? For the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah. So and I knew from what I'd been told that this was gonna be more of a horror, quote unquote horror comedy, like lean in that direction. I didn't think it was gonna go this fucking far into the comedy realm, guys.
Got
Hate
pretty
to say
silly.
it. Yeah, I might have finally found an Oz Perkins movie I don't really care for that much, quite frankly, because there's the idea was okay. The twist was I did not really think the twist was that clever, which we'll get to later. A lot of people are going to probably disagree with me and say, "Wow, that was so clever how he did that. That was so cool. It made so much sense." But
Was there a
it
twist?
took me out of it, and
Yeah.
all the lead up, the narration. I think they spent way too much time of like the characters as young boys, like all those different scenes before they really finally
Yeah.
got to, what we're waiting for, which is the dude that's narrating through the trailer of the movie and stuff like that. I guess you could say a couple of the kills were kind of fun to watch, but for me, just silly. Like one in particular where if something falls in a pool and somebody jumps in it, I don't think that's how it happens. Philip, you're the electrician, so I'm
No,
going to save
definitely
that
not. But I will 100%
analysis to
forgive
you.
him because I fucking died. That was hilarious.
what I'm not going to do yet is try to talk too much about what happens later in the film and like what's really going on. Just suffice it to say that we knew we were going into kind of like a horror comedy, and I didn't know we were going into Charlie Chaplin Three Stooges slapstick territory, which people who love movies like Dead Alive and Meet the Feebles and shit like that are probably gonna love this movie, but just wasn't for me. Just wasn't for me.
All right, Brian.
Well, as per usual, I'm coming from the opposite side here. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a fun horror comedy. I think it shows Osgood Perkins has range because all his movies before this were serious, not funny at all. No funny moments at all.
That may be what threw me off, man. Yeah.
And I
didn't expect it.
I enjoyed the comedy in this. I thought the cast was phenomenal. I did wish that, we'll get into spoilers, there was a couple people that showed up that I wish were more than cameos that would have played bigger roles throughout. I thought the kills were hilarious. I don't know what you're talking about, silly, because I busted out laughing too when that lady jumped in the pool.
And he's going, no.
It was like the editing of it was perfect.
Yeah.
I know. You saw it coming Final Destination style, right?
Yeah, it was very Final Destination-y for sure.
I like the look of the monkey and the as we said in the trivia, the switching out the cymbals for the drums, because it just kind of added something kind of creepy to it with the drums, playing the drums and spinning the sticks and turning the key. Whoever turns the key, somebody dies. I like that whole aspect of it. The twist you're talking about, I don't think it was meant to be a twist.
Okay.
Because I kind of saw it coming for a good portion of the movie, so I don't know if it was supposed to be a twist. If it was a twist, it wasn't a good one.
Okay, so you mean the voice gave it away for you, kind of?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still kind of confused.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was a twist.
Maybe it was. Yeah, maybe it wasn't supposed to be a twist. I mean, but why did they have different actors playing the boys, though? Is my question. I mean,
did they?
Good question.
I don't know. Anyway,
they might not have. I mean, they did look similar.
True. Look it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, Christian Convery as young Hal and Bill, same actor.
Oh, it was.
Oh.
And I thought
he's Superman-ness.
I thought they did a great job. Theo James.
Yeah.
Playing Bill and or was it Hal the main one we were following, and then Bill was the asshole?
Yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
I thought he did a great job distinguishing the two they're supposed to be identical twins, and I thought he did a good job, and I thought the young actor that played the younger version did a good job.
Well, now that you tell me that, I got
Bill, I would
thought
have
it was
punched
two
him in the
different
face a
kids.
long time ago.
No shit, that's what he needed. I was like, dude, wow. I guess we'll get to it. That's not really a spoiler, but like, it's your brother. You can punch your brother in the face. If you're gonna punch anybody in the face, punch your brother in the face.
Sure.
But yeah, anything else I'm going to get into spoilers, but I thought this was a refreshing new take for Osgood Perkins.
All right. I think you're in the majority, man.
I had a lot of fun with this, but I can see it from both perspectives, because it did sort of have like an identity crisis thing happening. Like, I didn't even know it was going to be a comedy. And then the first, like, when they're kids is not even really that comedic.
Like, you mean with the mom and...
Yeah, like it's a little lighthearted and a little quirky and silly, but like,
sure,
they don't really go full blown comedy until like halfway through the movie, and then even then, some of the jokes really don't land. But the kill scenes were great, and I had a lot of fun with all of those. This was like a comedy version of Final Destination.
Yeah, that's a great description. No, that's good description.
Yeah, and I love the look of the monkey, like the little
creepy, huh?
The little lip thing that it does before it lifts the drumstick is kind of what makes it.
Yeah, just the overall look. Yeah. If I would have found that box and opened it, I would have put the lid right back on.
Yep.
Like, just gave me the feeling of like, if you find like a Ouija board, you just kind of leave it alone.
Yeah.
It looked cursed.
It definitely looked cursed.
Definitely looked very like life, right? Very like life.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of like the message. The like life message, it's like life. Mm-hmm. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, true.
No, it's life like you asshole.
Yeah, all the characters were pretty over the top. It was like he was like the only sane one moving through this world of fucking insane people, except him and his son. I gotta say he was sort of a shit dad, on purpose, but not very redeeming. I don't know. I mean, in the world of horror comedy, I mean, this one sort of stands off in its own little weird corner, because like you look at something like Cabin in the Woods, where some of the kill scenes were hilarious, right? And and they have some really good comedy in Cabin in the Woods, and it works. And this one is just it's got a different feel to it. I feel like they sort of tried to do the same thing, but maybe missed. I don't know. I still enjoyed it though. And we'll get into some more stuff in spoilers, because I do have something to say about the last scene. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But whatever. All right. Let's go scores. Lance, what do you think?
4 on 10. I didn't hate it.
Jesus Christ.
What? I didn't hate it. 4's good,
4 on
man.
10, you didn't hate it.
No.
That's below
If I
average.
hated it, it would have been a 1 or a 2. Well, yeah, it was below average for me, but I didn't hate it.
Okay. I don't understand how numbers work anymore.
Brian?
7.5.
7.5.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
7.5 is exactly what I was thinking. Right on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I get it.
I just I liked the opening sequence was like it was almost like one of those throwback 80s movies, like wow, god damn it, what was that fucking show with
talking about like the kids together and all that.
Yeah, kind of like an 80s throwback show or whatever, and then they'll have like the voiceover going and narrating the whole fucking thing.
Well, I was thinking of like the one Bryan Cranston was in, but that was more like late '90s, right?
Yeah,
Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, a little like Malcolm in the Middle because they had the thing going on too.
Maybe like that movie,
cannot believe I
Christmas
can't remember
Story,
with
or...
Fred Savage. What the fuck was that show?
Oh, Wonder
Oh,
Years.
the
Wonder
Golden
Years, like
Wonder
Wonder Years, where
There
they
you
had
go.
the narration going over the whole time, and it
There you go.
it felt nostalgic to me, like that whole opening, and it sort of gave it a lighthearted feel, and it felt good.
Sure.
And then once they started getting into the kills, which was the good part of the movie, I had a lot of fun. So there wasn't a ton of downtime in this one.
Right.
All right. Spoilers. That last scene, however.
What
the
was with that fucking Rider of the Apocalypse or whatever
Yeah.
it was? Was that necessary? Come on.
I don't know. That was weird. I mean, obviously he was trying to say something, but
I
was
guess.
Like, all right, man. That's
Maybe it went over my head.
It didn't bother me. Death was acknowledging them, and they acknowledging that their fate is to
Okay.
watch over this monkey for forever until somebody else gets a hold of it.
The monkey must be vanquished. You fucking vanquish it.
he looked like he was tired.
Yeah.
But the cast members I thought were kind of wasted was Adam Scott and Elijah Wood.
Oh, sure. Just barely in it. Yeah.
Good point.
But at least they were in it. At least they were in it. You know?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I like those two guys, and when you have Elijah Wood in the movie as the stepfather.
Yeah.
Expert in his field.
What was his field? Did they ever even say?
Psychology? I don't know.
I mean, you introduce a character like that,
right?
Kind of want to see him get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. They could have had a death scene with Elijah Wood at least.
Missed opportunity. Maybe we'll get in the sequel. But all right. Question: What was the purpose of Adam Scott's scene? Was that like a flashback to like the 1800s or the early 1900s? Was he like the first victim?
I think he was their dad.
Or something?
Yeah, I don't think he was.
Was he? Was he their dad?
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought so.
Fuck! I got to rewatch this movie. I might have to give it a 4.5.
I guess they don't exactly make it clear.
To me, they didn't.
Yeah, I'm looking on Wikipedia. It says in 1999, P.D. Shelburne attempts to return and destroy a drum playing a toy monkey at an antique shop. So that was 1999.
And that was the year it started with the kids, right?
Yeah, because he was some kind of I forgot what I think he flew planes or something, and he found the monkey somewhere.
Yeah, this deserves a second watch by me because I obviously missed some shit.
Did you guys?
The story is really not what we're here for.
Yeah. Did you guys see Oz Perkins? Recognize him?
No. Who did he play?
He was the uncle.
Okay.
The swinger uncle.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Was and the aunt was Sarah Levy, Eugene Levy's daughter.
No kidding. Okay. Yeah.
I kind of would have liked to see a little Asian girl get it too. She was a bitch.
Yeah.
When they were little kids.
I thought when he turned the key, when he went home and turned the key, when he came home with no pants or whatever scene that was.
Yeah.
I thought all them kids were gonna die or something.
I know.
You would think so, right?
But it was. I will give it credit. It was unexpected that the mom got it because it seems like whenever you turn the key, thinking you're wishing a certain person was going to die, it just takes the person closest to you.
Sure, that makes sense.
Which I wish we would have got more of what's her name, Tatiana Maslany, who played the mom, She-Hulk.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wish we got a little bit more of her. Wish we got a little bit more of Adam Scott.
Yeah. Adam Scott and Elijah Wood, I think, would have been, especially Elijah Wood. They definitely, because they had, he was only in the movie for like 2 minutes, and it was such an impactful scene, and I was like, oh, I can't wait for you to die.
I know. Yeah, then they let us down.
Yeah.
Or I mean, or did they? How far did at the end scene when the whole town was just destroyed? How far did that go?
Well, I don't know. It looked like everybody fucking died. Is that what happened?
Yeah, there was baby strollers on fire, right? And
yeah, because the monkey was going like every time it hit a drum, it would kill somebody, right?
I did like the final.
That's what I got from
the bus full of cheerleaders hanging out the window.
That was pretty great.
That was so fucking surreal. Anyway, that was bizarre how they would show up after all deaths and yay. It's like, what the fuck?
I think that was just the comedy they were going for, because
I
think that was always the intention of the movie, because he's been putting out little YouTube videos. There's one that I posted where I guess he showed the death scenes to actual morgue people that work in the morgue.
Okay.
And they were like, some of the scenes were like, well, yeah, you would have to scoop up that guy in the sleeping bag, but other scenes they were like, no, it wouldn't happen like that. But they were still kind of looking away, like, ugh, this is fucking gross.
Yeah. Right.
That was a great one. My favorite was the exploding lady in the pool. Just because of the way that it came, it was like the first. No, I know it was totally unrealistic. I was like, that's not how it works at all. but because I wasn't expecting it, I'm like, oh, there's electricity in the water. She jumps in, gets electrocuted, whatever.
Yeah.
And then she hits the water, explodes, and he gets this. There's that moment of just blood and guts all over his face where he's just staring, and it killed me. I was like, oh, that's what we're going for here. All right, we set the tone for the movie.
The real estate lady that opened the door to the closet and it was booby trapped with the gun.
Yeah, that was pretty great too.
Or flash forward when they were older, the aunt who went through all that stuff, getting sprayed in the face, the head lit on fire, that ran out and ran into that, I don't know, part of the mailbox or whatever it was.
Yes.
For sale, I guess it was a mailbox.
I mean, even the Benihana scene was outrageous.
Was pretty great.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it was still fun.
Yeah. Her head falls on the fucking on the grill.
I can't believe she died. I was gonna marry that woman.
Oh man. All right. Anything else? You guys ready to wrap it up?
What was the twist that you were talking about? Just that he was played by the same character? Or
but again, I got roped up. I could have sworn it was two different kids playing the boys. So he did a good job then, or whoever did the makeup.
You mean when it was revealed that his brother was the one with the monkey? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and that he was blamed him for the mother's death, basically, right? That's what.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong.
About.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
not on purpose.
That's a little extreme. If you really want to murder somebody that bad, just go murder him. Like, what are you doing with the monkey?
How many people did the one guy kill with the monkey that was trying to get it back? The one that had all the bees fly into his mouth?
Oh, that was Joey Ramone looking dumbass.
Yeah, he had a strange obsession with the monkey, so he must have used the monkey.
Yeah. He was a weird character that didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, see, I thought
why
he was
going to be in this?
I thought he was going to be somebody big name that was hiding behind that bushy wig, but I looked him up and he's just been in a couple of things. I think he was like a Disney kid actor too, or something.
Yeah. Did you guys see the post-credit scene?
No. Fuck, I didn't stay.
I missed.
Well, I'm going to rewatch it. So.
It's from what I understand, it's a clip of his next movie called Keeper.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's like an exclusive little scene or teaser or something.
So does it seem to still be going with a comedy, or is he going back to more slow burn, serious stuff?
Let me pull it up real quick before we get out of here. Keeper is about, says, upcoming American horror film, stars Tatiana Maslany.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage.
Rusev Sutherland. I think that's Kiefer Sutherland's younger brother.
Oh.
That's the premise.
I hadn't seen Kiefer Sutherland in a minute.
Malcolm and Liz set out on a romantic anniversary retreat to a remote cabin when Malcolm unexpectedly leaves. For the city, Liz is left alone only to be confronted by a sinister presence within a cabin. Sounds like a cabin horror film.
Okay. Sounds cool. I mean,
So whatever this post credit scene was had to do with that movie.
Okay. Well, no matter what, dude, I am gonna rewatch this movie because there's definitely some things I want to go back and pay attention to the second time. Four may have been a little harsh. I'll admit it. Because you're right. Even though when she jumped in the pool and that happened, it just took me out so much because I'm like, that's just ridiculous. But now that you mentioned it, I guess it was that way. Yeah, I guess it was that way by design. Fuck it.
There was a couple, that one, and then the lady running into the sign with her head on fire were the two that cracked me up.
I'll rewatch it and come back to you guys with a new score. Either next week or the week after. How about
the lady with the little carriage at the end that was on fire and she's running around all screaming.
Oh yeah, the baby carriage. That was crazy.
I was like, damn, they're burning babies and shit. How'd the baby get on fire? We could have made this movie a little bit longer. I kind of want to see what happened here.
yeah. Maybe there will be a sequel if it does well,
was under an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah, it was quick. Got in, got out. I can't. It's not like an awesome movie. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as always, we want to thank you guys for listening to another episode of The Horror Returns. We would love to hear your feedback and ideas. You can always reach us at thehorrorreturns.com. Follow us on our socials and consider becoming a Patreon patron. Next week we're gonna shout out with a very special listener request as we cover Carrie and the Rage Carrie 2. Happy birthday, listener Nicole Loftus. You're the one who emailed us, asked if we could cover Carrie for your birthday, and Brian did comply, didn't you, man?
Yeah, first time we're ever doing this.
All right.
That's weird.
Yeah. Birthday shout out. Birthday shout
happy birthday
to Nicole. So, Philip, until the horror returns again.
Good night.